So you chose to click that link and watch this video because you want to learn what's the forecast in real estate in 2022, right? Should you buy a home now in the first quarter? Should you wait till the summer or buy at the end of the year? Well, listen guys, I got news for you. Interest rate will be rising in 2022. So you might want to consider having an unwavering commitment right now to purchase your home before that happens. Now listen, I'm not predicting that it's going to be doom and gloom. I'm not saying that we're going to lose a lot of business in the real estate market because there's still a shortage of homes, right? We're going to lose a lot of refinance in the market, right? A lot of refinance are going to go away, and that 60% of refinance is gone. It's gone by the wayside. But real estate purchases is still going to go strong, but just know the interest rate is going to go up. So listen guys, we're going to do a deep dive into this information on the other side of this video. But before we do so guys, knowledge is the new money. So get you some.
You're listening to the MortgageWISE radio show and video podcast.
It's absolutely crucial.
To find out more and for the podcast library, visit themortgagewiseradioshow.com or call 504-270-2783. Now back to the show.
Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Thank you for pressing that play button and stopping by. Some of y'all might know me as the Executive Director of Louisiana Housing Authority, a corporate branch manager with Geneva Financial, a speaker, a financial educator, and then also the co-host of the MortgageWISE radio show. But what you may not know about me is that I do a lot of financial studies in financial education. Right? I like to look at the markets and see what's going on. I'm a real estate guy, so I'm always looking for real estate opportunities, et cetera, et cetera. And so oftentimes I run across some misguided misinformation that's inaccurate, and sometimes it's just outdated, right? We have a tendency when we want to learn something, we go to Google or YouTube and we do some research, right? So you guys might have been in that position too. That might have happened to you where you're doing some research on a certain topic and you're finding misinformation, outdated information, just flat out wrong, right? And so I like to be able to come on and share some videos from time to time, educational pieces. Do know my business, right? I'm in the business of mortgages. I'm in the business of real estate. I know my business because I study a lot, right? So I just want to share some things with you. You know, you guys might have saw some of the videos I've done in 2021, and one of those videos went viral, right? I talked about how individuals who have homes that haven't been paying their mortgage, we had the federal law that said that mortgage services couldn't foreclose on property, couldn't proceed with foreclosure. But as that was ending in October of 2021, then I was sharing people to be careful, be cautious, because now it's going to open up a market where foreclosures could run rapidly, right? Thank goodness that didn't happen too bad, right? Also, you saw some videos I did about predicting the interest rate, right? You know, say, hey, in 2021, this was early in 2021, back in January, well, we were saying that interest rates was going to rise some, right? And they did, right? We had a historical low interest rate, literally historical low interest rate where people was refinancing, a big refinancing boom. But I did predict, right, that the interest rate was going to go up, right? And it's going to slow down that refinance boom. And then I told you why. So here's a quick recap of why that happened. You might be asking yourself, how in the world did the industry of real estate, the real estate market, sustain during this pandemic? People ask the question all the time. People still buying homes, right? People ask if people was buying homes in the midst of a pandemic. Who's buying homes? Like, who have jobs, right? And so the question was, yes, people was purchasing homes. Here's why. So you guys, what you have to know is that every time there's some type of world pandemic like we just had, a war that's going on, something that majorly infects the world, right? Even the United States, right? That the Federal Reserve Bank say, listen, what can we do to calm down the fear that's in the market? For example, COVID-19, the fear hit, people losing their job, cases was rising all over the place. People didn't know what to do. They were staying inside. They were supposed to stay inside. And so the Federal Reserve had to act quick and say, listen, we can't have this pandemic and cause pandemonium, right? What we can do. So they went and they dropped the interest rate to a historic low, and he kept it there for a very long time. What that did, by the interest rate being so low, people was not afraid to spend money. They wasn't afraid to go and buy a new home with historic low interest rate. They wasn't afraid, businesses wasn't afraid to lend money, right? So it kept the economy afloat, and it worked, right? But when the fear start to subside, the fear start to go away, and I had another video that talked about this as well. So as the jabs started to go into arms, people started feeling more confident about the jabs, and all of a sudden the interest rates started to creep up, right? Because the fear wasn't there anymore. So just think about that. Just go do your own research, look at history, and you'll see interest rates going up, historical lows going up, and because everything is on a cycle, right? You have to understand that. Well, now in 2022, you don't have to listen to my word at all, right? Jerome Powell, do some research and look up his name, Jerome Powell. Here's what he said. He told the world that rates are going up in 2022. There's a short-term rate hike compound by a much larger indicator, rolling back asset purchase to zero by March of 2022. Long-term interest rates have been sustained. They have been suppressed by the Federal Reserve Bank for some time now. This is coming to an end in March. Barring some unforeseen event, rates should noticeably rise in the first quarter due to the Fed buying coming to an end. So the federal government buying bonds, mortgage-backed securities, etc., and they have concluded that it's going to come to end in March. The 3 short-term rate hikes, although not directly tied to the mortgage-backed securities, will likely put additional upward pressure on the mortgage rates in 2022. These events will wipe out the little still remaining of the refinance boom. Yes, there will be still people that will need refinancing, right? But they're going to be little to none, right? But here's my point of telling you, you have to put yourself in the position. These market swings doesn't affect you and your family, right? So here's some tips. You have to prepare yourself, right? You want to keep your living expenses as low as you possibly can. You want to have an unwavering commitment to pay off all debts if you can, or at least lower your debts as much as possible. And number 3, you want to be able to start to generate more income, right? Multiple sources of income. That should be your commitment. That's unwavering in 2022. So that way, if you have one source of income that's not providing for your family, you have multiple other sources that can combine or even exceed the cash that you need to survive in your home. So listen, guys, God bless you. I hope this information was valuable to you. Feel free to call me directly. Give me a text 504-270-2783 if you're looking to purchase a home. If you're looking to start to invest in real estate, we have finance opportunities for you. Take care. God bless, and enjoy the rest of your day on purpose.
That brings today's show to a close.
Oh, come on!
Thank you for listening to the MortgageWISE radio show and video podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it with a friend and subscribe. Please follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at the MortgageWISE radio show. If you want to learn more about what we talked about today, give us a call at 504-270-2783. Or to view our podcast library, please visit our website, themortgagewiseradioshow.com.
Autobots, roll out!
Until next time, choose to have a great day on purchase, MortgageWISE friends.
Go home.